The moment your heart starts to break over the person you loved, the weeping and the wallowing you endure following a breakup, gasping for air thinking you'll never be able to live without them, thinking there's no point to life, crying yourself to sleep over and over again because that's all you can do. Putting your heart on the line, fighting for the one you love should not be met halfway, knowing you did all you could to make it work, but they didn't want to fight. It's crushing. But the moment you wake up the next day and feel content, feel relief, feel okay, that's beautiful. The moment when you're sobbing your eyes out and let out a little laugh thinking it would all be okay, thinking you'll survive this, that's beautiful. Following heartbreak, the mornings become longer, peaceful and quiet. Time for you to heal. You look outside and notice things you hadn't cared to pay attention to before because you spent your days overthinking, replaying all the scenarios that led you to your heartbreak and how you could have changed anything for you to still be together. You see the sky above, whether it's a beautiful ombre of pinks and oranges or a reliable sky blue. The moon still hanging high on early mornings as the sun rises opposite you. You notice the people around you, walking along the streets, living a whole life of their own. The music you listen to becomes deeper, and you find a stronger connection to songs you've been listening to for years prior. Heartbreak is not easy. Nothing good ever comes easily. Some days will be better than others. One morning you'll sit up in bed and forget why you cried so much over it. The next you might wake up crying because it hit differently that day. Feel your emotions, let them out, and let them pass. The laughter that follows, the realization that it will all be okay, is one of the best feelings you can feel. It takes time to heal, obviously, but what a beautiful opportunity to listen to your body, your gut, your mind, and see where it takes you. Maybe you invest your time and energy into a new hobby to get your mind off the heartbreak and you fall in love with it. You fall in love with this hobby and the person you become when you do it. Grab a book, cook a meal, sew a shirt, paint a portrait, do a puzzle, knit a scarf, start a show, laugh with your friends, bake a cake. Find joy in discovering more about yourself. You learn so much more about yourself and about what you want in a partner after heartbreak. Heartbreak is one of the most beautiful things because it brings you closer to the people you love. It brings you closer to songs and movies and art. And it may even spark art. Some of the best forms of art came from heartbreak because it's such a universal feeling that everyone can relate to, eventually. Some people come into your life to teach you a lesson. And once that lesson is learned, they leave. Sometimes you're the lesson in someone else's life, and to you, that's not the reason that they entered yours. But you eternally change theirs. Sometimes you don't need to look for meaning in heartbreak. Sometimes it's too much to overthink why it all had to happen. Accept it, breathe, and find beauty in it. There's comfort in knowing that if they're meant to be in your life, they'll come back. And if you never see them again, it's probably for the best. You'll find someone better, or they'll come back better. And in the meantime, you get better for yourself.